Good morning, students. In this video, we will study about the different types of connective tissue. So, in previous class, we had studied about the connective tissue is divided into three different types, that is the loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and specialized connective tissue. So, in this video, we will discuss in detail about these three different types of connective tissue. So, first, we will start with the loose connective tissue. So, loose connective tissue is further categorized into areolar tissue and adipose tissue. So, try to recall what is the characteristic features of loose connective tissue. So, the cells which are present in loose connective tissue, so they will be widely separated from each other. So, first type of loose connective tissue is areolar tissue. So, areolar tissue are a type of loose connective tissue. They help in holding the organs in place and attaches the epithelial tissue to other underlying tissue. It acts as a reservoir of water and salts for surrounding tissue. So this is the important function of areolar tissue, and this is the diagram of that areolar tissue. So in this diagram you can clearly see that the cells present in areolar tissue, they are widely separated from each other. Second type of loose connective tissue is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is a connective tissue consisting of lipid rich cells called adipocytes. As it comprises about 20 to 25% of total body weight in healthy individuals. The main function of adipose tissue is to store energy in the form of lipids or fat. So this is the diagram of adipose tissue. So in adipose tissue there will be numerous adipocytes will be present, and these adipocytes are the cells which stores fat in them, and these adipocytes are further divided into two types, that is white adipocyte and brown adipocyte. What is basic difference between white adipocyte and brown adipocyte? So in case of white adipocyte there will be single fat droplets will be present, but in case of brown adipocyte many small fat droplets will be present in brown adipocyte. So this is the difference between the white adipocyte and brown adipocyte. Now come to the dense connective tissue. So as the name suggests, dense connective tissue. So in dense connective tissue the cells there will be less intercellular space will be present between the cells, and dense connective tissue it is further divided into tendons and ligaments. So first we will discuss about the tendons. So tendon is a dense connective tissue which attaches muscles to the bone. So this is the important function of tendon. They are formed by thick bundles of collagen fibers running parallel to each other, and fibroblasts are arranged in a neat rows along the bundles of collagen fiber and have predominance of collagen fiber. So in case of tendons what we see that tendons they are formed by thick bundles of collagen fiber, and these collagen fibers they run parallel to each other, and fibroblast cells they are arranged in a row along the bundles of collagen fiber. But in case of ligaments, so they join bones to bones at the joints. So this is the function of ligaments, and they are made up of irregularly arranged yellow elastin fiber. So what is difference between tendons and ligaments? In case of tendons what we have seen that they are made up of regularly arranged collagen fiber, but in case of ligaments they are made up of irregularly arranged elastin fiber. In case of tendons the fibroblasts are neatly arranged along the collagen bundle, but in case of ligaments fibroblasts are scattered all over, and in case of ligaments they have predominance of elastin fiber, but in case of tendons they have predominance of collagen fiber. So this is the difference between tendons and ligaments. So from here you can write 3 to 4 difference between the tendons and ligaments. So this is the diagram of ligaments which connects two bones. Now come to the third type of connective tissue, which is the specialized connective tissue. So specialized connective tissue, it is mainly of three types: cartilage, second one is bones, and third one is blood. So first we'll start with the cartilage. So cartilage is a tough, hard but flexible connective tissue. It can resist strain and can absorb the mechanical shock. It consists of solid or semi-solid matrix. The cartilage cells called chondrocytes and fibers remain present in matrix. So this is very important point. The cells present in cartilage is known as chondrocytes. Now come to the structure of cartilage. The cartilage is enclosed in a sheath of white fibrous tissue called perichondrion. Next to perichondrion is a layer of chondroblast which eventually forms the cartilage cells called chondrocytes. The chondrocytes are dispersed in a matrix and occur in the fluid filled space called lacuna. So these terms are very important, that what is perichondrion, what is chondroblast, what is chondrocytes, what is lacuna. So this is the diagram of cartilage. So cartilage, it remains surrounded by white fibrous tissue, a sheath of white fibrous connective tissue which is known as perichondrion. So this membranous covering is known as perichondrion, and just next to perichondrion there will be a layer of cells called chondroblast. So these are the layer of cells below the perichondrion and they are termed as chondroblast, and eventually these chondroblast, they will give rise to the cells of cartilage called chondrocytes. So who is the mother of chondrocytes? So chondrocytes, they will develop from the chondroblast, and these chondrocytes, they will remain present in a fluid filled sac like structure which is known as lacuna. So around 3 to 4 chondrocytes, they will remain present inside a fluid filled sac like structure called lacuna, and these lacuna, they remain scattered in a ground substance or matrix of cartilage. Each lacuna contains 2 to 4 chondrocytes. The exchange of materials between chondrocytes and matrix takes place by the process of diffusion. The matrix is made up of a special type of protein called chondrin. So this is also very important. The matrix of cartilage is made up of protein, and what is the name of that protein? It is known as chondrin. Next one is types of cartilage. So on the basis of matrix present in cartilage, it is of three different types: hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, and fibrous cartilage. So on what basis we have categorized? On the basis of matrix. So first one is a hyaline cartilage. The matrix is glass like, semi transparent, and has a very fine collagen fibers which give it a fiber free appearance. So in case of hyaline cartilage, so very fine collagen fibers will be present and it gives a appearance of that fiber free appearance, and it is slightly elastic and compressible. It is found at the ends of bones, larynx and trachea. So this is the location of hyaline cartilage. So in which part of our body we can see the presence of hyaline cartilage? So at the ends of bones, in the larynx and trachea. It forms the skeleton of cartilaginous fish also. So there are two types of fish, that is bony fish and cartilaginous fish. So mainly all the marine water fish, sea water fish, they are cartilaginous fish. So the endoskeleton of cartilaginous fish is also made up of hyaline cartilage. Second type of cartilage is elastic cartilage. The matrix is semi-opaque and has a network of yellow elastin fibers. It is highly elastic and flexible. The tissue recover the shape very quickly, and it is found in external ear, eustachian tube and epiglottis. So regarding elastic cartilage, so they are very highly elastic and flexible, and they are found in external ear, that is the pinna, eustachian tube and epiglottis. So these are the different parts of our body where we can see the presence of elastic cartilage. The third type of cartilage is fibrous cartilage. The matrix has bundles of densely packed white collagen fibers. It provides great strength and a little degree of flexibility. It acts as a shock absorber by giving a cushioning effect. It is present in between the adjacent vertebrae. So in backbone, so you all know that our backbone is made up of many bones, many different bones which are known as vertebrae. So between two adjacent vertebrae, there will be a cartilage will be present, which is a fibrous cartilage. Now come to the next type of specialized connective tissue, which is the bones. So bone is basically a supportive and protective tissue. The matrix is solid and calcified. In case of bone, what we see, the ground substance, the matrix is solid and it is calcified. It is very rich in calcium. Around 65% of the bone mass is consist of salts of calcium and phosphate. The matrix contains the protein osine. So this is also very important point, that name the protein present in the matrix of bones. So answer will be osine. In the matrix, bone cells called osteocytes and the collagen fiber remain embedded. So what is the name of the cells present in bones? So it is osteocytes. Similarly, what is the name of cells present in cartilage? It is chondrocytes. Now come to the next type of specialized tissue is the blood. So blood is a fluid connective tissue, and blood consists of two parts, that is plasma and cellular elements. So there will be no fibers will be present in the blood. So blood is a example, blood is an exception which will be devoid of any fibers. Apart from blood, all the different types of tissue, they will possess fibers in them. Around 55% of blood is made up of plasma and 45% of blood is made up of cellular elements, and an adult contains around 5 to 7 liters of blood. So this is all about the different types of connective tissue. In next video, in next class, we will discuss the next type of animal tissue, which is the muscular tissue. Thank you. Have a good day.